Today, I'm taking a look at these very nice workpro magnetic socket holders. Welcome everyone to the Derbzilla channel. Today I'm taking a look at some new magnetic socket holders I picked up off of Amazon to replace my old, tired Harbor Freight socket holders that I have right here. I've had these for a few years, and for the money, which is about, I think, 10 bucks for a set of 3, so about $20 for, a full set for SAE and metric, they've held up, pretty decent, but they are, I guess, showing their age a little bit and beginning to break. And some of these actually, I don't know if it's a tolerance issue, but the sockets wouldn't actually slide over and couple into place properly. They'd actually kind of sit high up or sit a little awkward and kind of wobble around. And they're kind of ugly, kind of plain looking. But if you're only looking to spend about 20 bucks, hey, I mean, they're better than just a drawer full of sockets. So for the price, they've held up all right. But I wanted to work on organizing my 2 Harbor Freight US General toolboxes. I believe these are Series 2 with, a little extra fanciness, a little extra organization. And so I found these workpro magnetic socket holders off of Amazon, and for maybe a little bit more than twice the price of the Harbor Freight socket holders, which are non-magnetic. They're just, plastic trays. I was able to pick up these magnetic versions where you actually will drop your socket in and it's magnetically clasped into place and organized. They look nicer. The labeling and everything is super easy to clear to read. They have a multitude of different colors. I went with pretty much the traditional red and blue, blue for the metric, red for the SAE, and I think they look great. Now, 50 bucks, you get a set of 6 trays, which is of course 1 of each for quarter, 1 of each for 3/8, 1 of each for 1/2. Now the 3/8 and the quarter, you can actually fit a nice range of extended sockets and your normal sockets. Unfortunately, the 1/2-inch tray is only able to fit one level of sockets, either one set of extended sockets or one set of your standard size sockets. So you can't actually fit a full battery of extended and normal sockets for the 1/2-inch. I guess because just physically the size, it would have been a really huge tray if they would have had 2 more rows for all of that to fit everything. So if you're getting a 6-pack of trays, you're actually not going to be able to hold as many sockets as 6 of the Harbor Freight plastic, cheapy trays. That's why I actually still have my extended 1/2-inch sockets back here on these trays right here. So I'm actually planning on getting a second set. Of course, that'll actually hold my extended 1/2-inch sockets right here. Plus I'll be using the other 2 trays, my second set of 3/8 and quarter, to fit some impact sockets on there and maybe some bits, some of these things like here, which I just kind of have randomly sitting here in my toolbox. But I just wanted to show these magnetic tray holders. Super nice for the money. The magnet system is very very well done. It looks like you can actually take this apart if you wanted to. I'm guessing you can pull this bottom piece off and the magnets are hidden underneath this little base plate. But even the 1/2-inch, with, I mean, look at that. That's a ton of magnetic grip power here. Very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and pull one of these out, put it on my workbench. We'll look a little closer at this, see what's actually going on. Maybe I'll take it apart. We'll see what we're working with, and then we'll go from there. I have the 1/2-inch tray sitting here on my workbench. Of course, this is the workpro, the magnetic one. Super nice, great magnetic system, and you can see the size reference here. Here is the cheaper Harbor Freight, $10 special kit right behind it, and you can see it's significantly, not nearly as long, significantly less length. It is about the same width. Height, of course, is much lower profile because, of course, the labels are right here on the base versus the tab here in the middle. But as you notice, this one holds about half as many sockets as the cheaper one, simply because of how they have the layout. Now, if you want to be able to hold all of your low profile and your normal extended sockets on the workpro, you're gonna have to buy 2 of the 1/2-inch trays, 1 tray per set of sockets. Now, you don't have to worry about that with the Harbor Freight Special. So now if you're going to actually have to double the size of this, so it's going to be significantly either longer if you put them side by side, or it's going to be double the width this way if you're going to run 2 trays back to back. Now, it would be nice if they actually offered a extended socket version of this, maybe a taller profile one, a little bit taller, and they could have it kind of sitting behind it and still almost like stadium seating or whatever, kind of leveled behind it. But I believe they just offer this. I actually have a second set of these coming. Hopefully get them within a week or so, or a few days, depending on Amazon. But I'll have a link for this in the description. They do have a number of different colors. As mentioned, I went with the red and blue, just kind of a standard color. And yeah, I mean, of course, this is much heavier with or without sockets than this setup. But this is nice because it is very stable. So you can hold it like this, walking out to wherever you're working, slap it down. I have a steel workbench over here. It'll actually snap to the steel workbench. You can walk over here and you can mount this completely vertical on your toolbox. Oh man, that magnet's all right, maybe that's gonna never be removed from my toolbox, but oh man, super strong magnetic grip. I mean, yeah, I can even throw it against my water heater, which is cool. So if you're working on a project, you got a cart, you can slap this on there, magnetize, carry it around, doesn't flex. When I have a bunch of sockets, this whole thing, this tray here, loaded up with sockets and walk around this thing, you have to use 2 hands. It's gonna flex, it's gonna bend. You set it down too hard, your sockets are flopping everywhere. You don't have to worry about this. I mean, I guess if you slam it down, a couple sockets did fall, jumped out, but boom, you're done. They're all back into place. So, hey, I don't know if you're interested in what's inside, of what it looks like inside of this, but yeah, I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna get these screws removed and we're gonna look at what's underneath this. Now, as mentioned, the 1/2 inch is the only one where you can't fit both sets, extended and normal sockets. 3/8 and 1/4 you can just fine, and they look like so, recessed, and they do alternating, low to high, and then low to high backwards. But yeah, let's go ahead and disassemble. I guess I'll disassemble the 1/2 inch, and we'll see what we got. I'm assuming it's just going to be some magnet slugs, squeezed between these 2, pieces of the base. The workpro base holder here is disassembled, and this is what you have. It's actually, this whole piece is like a large, flexible, magnetic mat. So this whole piece is like a big magnet, pretty much. It's not like little magnet tablets or whatever slotted in between, which is what I thought it was going to be. It's actually, this whole thing is a magnetized, flexible, semi-flexible base plate here. So if you look, the whole, everywhere, this entire piece is a giant magnet, which is kind of cool. So I was not thinking that was going to be the case. I thought this was just going to be a almost like a 3D printed base plate that had some magnets that were just going to be like glued in place here, sandwiched between this piece right here. But nope, this is its own entire magnet base plate, which yeah, so super cool. I mean, it's fancier than I thought it was going to be for the price. I mean, $50 for the entire kit of 6 magnetized socket holders. So that's not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back together. We'll take a final look and wrap this up. Final look here at the workpro socket holders. Overall, definitely impressed with the overall quality. The price, very reasonable, $50 for a 6-pack. Like I said, the only negative I really have is the 1/2 inch. You can't fit the normal and deep sockets, which is kind of annoying. I wish they would offer maybe an 8-pack and actually offer the extended socket, deep socket version or whatever as an extra tray or something like that. Just because, I mean, why offer 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch, and then only half of your sockets typically with the 1/2 inch. So that's really the only negative. Quality and construction is super nice. I mean, the labeling is very nice, well done. It's not faded, wasn't worn off. It is just kind of printed on there. So, I mean, if you are sitting there rubbing on this, you could wear down the lettering, but the sockets are positioned enough where, if you sit them If you want to sit them like this, which is fine, you can read them upside down or whatever, but just from, you're going to get used to where these are located anyways. You're going to know which one's what. Very mobile, versatile, so you can carry these around. The sockets aren't going to fall out. And yeah, overall, definitely like these. Definitely worth the money if you don't mind spending a little about twice the price of what you would pay these for. They typically always have about 10% off. I think they list for about 56, 57. You get 10% off coupon, so it takes you to about 49, 50 bucks. Free shipping on Amazon. Check out the link in the description for those if you're interested. And anyways, hope you guys liked the video. I have some more videos coming through as I work on improving some organization of my garage, my toolboxes. So as I find things that I like, I might throw a quick video like this one together, show you what I found. Maybe you'll like them as well. If you do like the video, feel free to subscribe. Check out my other videos. Feel free to hit the little bell for your notifications if you want to find out more videos coming out when they release. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Anyways, peace.